He's a manifestation of my dreams. We must have been dreaming the same good thing. Hey, hi and good evening out there. Here's the life with Zemrah at IntellectualRadio.com. And joining me this evening is none other than my space cadet, my better half and co-host, Mr. Ed Sherman. And we want to talk a little bit about insurances this evening. Yeah. We were at, this is very, very informative and very interesting about so many people that suffer with their back, with their knees, with their joints. And we are going to talk a little bit about, which is interesting, the stem cell. Yeah. And our idea is that we don't understand why insurances wouldn't cover that. They will not cover relief, real relief for people that suffer with their back and their knees and their hips. But this really is something that works. And what it is, explain what it is Ed, that is interesting. It comes from a baby's?
Well, it comes from the newborn babies after birth.
Yes.
And they use it to technical difficulties. All right. It comes from the babies after birth. It does not take anything away from the babies. It's the procedure that's what they throw away, but they use it to inject the stem cell of growth and regeneration into a patient that regenerates the entire immune system and repairs anything that's wrong with you. The problem is that it's kind of expensive, and the insurance company's going to pay for it.
Yeah.
And I kind of know why, because in this country, anything that cures you, they don't want any part of it because it takes away from the treatment. And they really don't want to cure you, they want to treat you.
Right.
And you become a permanent patient. Plus, people who are weak, sick, and financially stressed out are easily controlled. So the powers that be find that it's better to keep you in distress and, well, basically suffering from one ailment or another than it is to cure you.
Yeah. And this is the great, the was supposed to be the richest of all countries. And we're the only one that it is always a challenge and always a problem when it comes to the health care of people.
Well, stem cells it works, they say, at least 80-85% of the time. So no matter what's wrong with you, or whatever your physical disabilities, it can give you some relief and cure you most of the time of whatever is. It can regrow joint cartilage, regrow your
put more
spine,
blood into your
joints.
Yeah.
And basically relieve pain, because Americans suffer with a lot of pain. And if you see some older people walking, they walk a little slow, it's because they're basically in pain.
Yeah, arthritis. Well, you got some young people walking in pain.
Well, arthritis, yeah.
Yeah, arthritis.
They suffer with that too.
Yeah.
But they don't have any cure for it until now. But it's so expensive. What's the treatment? One treatment is what?
It could be as much. It could be, yeah. It could be as much as $5,000, $8,500. It can get to be very expensive. One of the things that I say too, and it's something how I'm doing supplements now. I've always did the Medicare Advantage plans, but I've been doing supplements for seniors, and it really and truly it's amazing because insurance is not for people that are sick.
No.
It's just unreal. If you take a certain medication, it kicks you out. If you have any type of surgery, it doesn't have to be anything really major. It kicks you out. Now, if you're diabetic and you're doing just the pill, then you stand a chance of getting a supplement. If you are doing insulin, it automatically, anytime you say yes to any of the health questions, it automatically disqualifies you.
Now, doesn't that make you realize the importance of having no pre-existing conditions?
Yeah, that's why we always encourage our seniors to make sure.
The majority of people have some type of pre-existing condition, and if that's going to be something that's going to keep them getting insurance, they don't really want you to have insurance or pay anything. What they really want to do is just make money off of your illness. But my thing is, if you treated insurance the same way you did your auto loan, you paid your auto loan every month, but the maintenance of it, you paid yourself. When it needs an oil change, you don't go to the insurance company and say I need more oil change.
That's a good example.
So the preventive maintenance is basically up to you. All you really need insurance for is for catastrophic and hospitalization and surgery.
Yeah.
The little things, we just become spoiled because we think insurance should pay for our doctor visits. Which is why we go to the doctor all the time. Now the insurance company not paying for it. You're paying for it. You're paying the premium.
No,
you're basically paying it for yourself.
On the Advantage plans, you don't pay a premium.
No, your government pays it. But it was still your money. Just because it's not coming out of your pocket, you're not paying for it. You're supplementing your own health care. So what you should do, you can think about it in terms of when I was growing up, back in the day. We didn't have insurance. We did whatever we could to
No, back in the day, we did life insurance where the little guy would go around and pick up debit.
Just for life. Actually, it's not life insurance. They call it death insurance.
I remember the insurance man that used to come and get his little money from my mother every
$2.50.
Right. That's right. And then when she went away from here, she didn't have a dime after spending all that insurance.
Well, insurance came out of England back in the 1600s. Insurance ships and cargo coming to America. And the insurance companies were designed to collect money. They're not designed to pay any premiums.
That's why I said it's not for the state.
Pay any claims.
Yeah.
But if you have a claim, then they'll probably drop you.
They do. Or raise. I had a gentleman to tell me that he had worked on this job for over 20 years, and his wife is a handicap, and the company just dropped their insurance.
Well, they reserve the right to do that.
Yeah.
So to me, it's a criminal organization. Well, basically.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't do what it's supposed to do.
That's why it's important that we always say to make sure and tell our seniors and anybody out there to make sure that you go for preventive care, you get your doctor visits, your prostate checked, your mammograms regularly. And some of the companies really and truly, if you deal with wellness, one of the things that they're starting to do is to give you incentives. They'll send you a Walmart card, or they'll send you a Walgreens card, and then they have over-the-counter where you can get some of them a lot $15, some a lot $50 every 3 months, where they will you can go and get your over-the-counter, like your toothpaste, certain lotions, certain vitamins, where you get an opportunity to do that, and that is not out of your pocket. They pay you more or less to make sure that you get your exams, your colonoscopies, and all of those maintenance kind of things that you need to get in order to maintain good health.
Well, you, like I said before, in order for a country or a city or a state or any type of community to be progressive, it has to be healthy. In order for us to solve any of our problems that we have, we should first be healthy, have a healthy family, healthy neighborhood, and a healthy city. But to deprive somebody of health means that you can't control them because they're too busy trying to eat, sleep, pay bills, and go to the doctor to really pay attention to the directions of their lives that the government and the people, politicians, are taking them. So there's an advantage to keeping people uh, unhealthy or always seeking some type of treatment for something, because we don't have cures in this country. We just have treatments, treatment
Band-aids.
centers. Matter of fact, we honor our diseases. We build monuments to our diseases. We give them names, the National Cancer Institute of America, and we build them up. We want them permanent because we want to treat you. These are treat. We're not curing anything. You notice they never say that. Or they'll tell, oh, there's no cure for that. There's always a cure for everything.
Yeah.
But we're not looking for it. So I would say to the people, you need to look for a cure yourself. Get yourself healthy. Read the labels of everything that you take. If it's not good for you, stop taking it. I don't care how much you like it. Don't take it. If it's bad for you. Doctor told me the other day, he said, well, based on your condition, you should stay away from coffee because it's got too much caffeine in it. And pop got too much caffeine in it.
Yeah.
And caffeine is not good for you. So I have no problem breaking a habit.
Yeah.
Because
It's gonna make you healthy.
nothing is worth my health.
Absolutely.
So I don't really need it that bad if it's going to do harm. Anything that does not contribute to your well-being or to your being content, you need to let it go. And that's any person, thing, or anything else. You need to let it go.
Now, one of the things you had mentioned too about America and the advertising, that we're the only country that advertises.
America and I think it's Venezuela are the only two countries in the world that allows advertising of pharmaceuticals on TV, drugs. The pharmaceutical companies and the lobbyists have paid so much money to advertise every type of medicine you can name on TV, which no other country does that.
And then when you look at the side effects, you say, well, you know what? I think I may as well keep what I got because them side effects will kill you.
But they want
for
you.
real.
They want you to. They say them loud and clear, and they have no problem saying because they want you to become immune to the warning. They say it long enough, you forget about it. You just think about, well, I might have a heart attack, but it'll cure my knee pain.
Yeah, that's about right.
It's
too.
almost comical
Yeah, it
when you
is.
listen to the commercials. He said, well, what are they trying to do? Well, you think about it. What are they trying to do? There's commercials on TV. The only country in the world to advertise pharmaceutical and medicines on TV. And the medicine that they're advertising will basically put you at risk for death. It'll tell you, you might die if you take this, but you'll be cured. You feel a whole lot better. But you might not make it to next week.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense.
Heart attack, stroke.
Well, we're not a healthy people, period. Physically, mentally, spiritually, we're not a healthy people. Why? Because we're not trying to get there. We need to raise the bar as to what type of society we want to live in. And I don't want to be a society where I am the king of a bunch of sick, dying, poor people. I'd rather be emperor of all rich people, all intelligent people. If I want to be president, I want all my people to be wealthy, be as smart as me, or smarter.
Absolutely.
Then you have something to be proud of. You want to be, your one-eyed man in the land of the blind is king. But that's not saying too much. That's not saying very much at all for our country. That's not saying much at all for this world, that you would allow people who propagate and promote violence and war and sickness like it's a prize or something. So, and that's what this world has come to. We need to pull the people's coat. The people need to pull the government's coat and all these leaders. And we're not doing that anymore. We're not following the status quo. We're not following the party line. We're not doing it anymore. You lowered the bar so low until people have to stand up and say, enough is enough.
Well, they're saying that, and enough is enough, and I think it falls on a lot of deaf ears. It's not. That's not really and
Well, that's no
truly.
reason not to keep saying it.
Yeah. Veshanan time, as they say in Hebrew. Veshanan time,
That's
over
right.
and over
And over. You
again.
keep on saying it, enough is enough. Enough you say it one time. You can hear something all your whole life. But it's only one time in life when it will really ring true, because it's time for you to listen. You can hear the same thing that your mother said, and then somebody else will say it 10 years later. You go like, oh, like it's a surprise, like you never heard it before,
Mhm.
and you've been listening to it your whole life.
It was just at that time that you got
It
it.
was the time for you to hear it.
Yeah.
So no matter what it is or who you're talking to, keep telling the truth. Keep speaking it. One day, someone's going to pay attention and say, you know what? We can change this world. We
Yeah.
don't have to be sick and uneducated and poor and broke and overtaxed. We don't have to do that. We created this. We can recreate everything. Well, you can't change. Yes, you can. You can change anything. One person can change anything, no matter what it is. You just have to have what my mother called want to. You have to want to do it. You have to have a burning desire to not live in this kind of world anymore, and you want to change it. So,
I know one of the things too that I had asked in a meeting with Social Security is that and I know a lot of seniors can relate to this, is that when with your Social Security, if one of the mates make their transition, then you can choose the highest amount. If the wife passed and the husband, and she was getting $1,000 a month and the husband was getting 12, well, he would just keep that 12 and they would remove that 1,000. And I was asking, what you wind up doing is you change their lifestyle. You've just taken $1,000 out of their household and just left them with 12 where they were getting 22. Now the living spouse is only getting the 12. And I just think that, and they agreed with me. I mean, they worked for Social Security, but they totally agreed that that is just something that is absolutely, I do not understand, because it's like that spouse that made their transition, they paid into Social Security too. So why, and that's their spouse, so why wouldn't they be able to continue their lifestyle and be able to keep that money as well? I've never understood that. I've asked the question, and no one has ever been able to answer that and kind of resolve that.
well, see, now we're back to my original statement. So if you ask the
So
question,
when you say,
keep on asking it.
yeah, well, I've been asking that for a long time. So, and it haven't changed yet, because I've had some seniors mention that and say, you know what, you are absolutely right, baby, on that.
Well, it's just
That's absolutely
it's just a long
crazy.
time to you. You need to keep asking. You don't
Yeah.
stop. Stop it is not. It's not an option.
Well, when you look at as many leaders as we've had that have stomped the grounds and walked the grounds and
Well,
knocked down doors and buildings, and we still are up against it. And it just, you can say that, but it's difficult. It's
well,
difficult. You can keep
difficult.
saying it and saying it, but we've had a many of voices that have been saying it for many a year.
Difficult, yes. Impossible, no.
Well, nothing's
Because
impossible. We know that
there
is.
you go. Because I
But
believe that
reality is reality.
nothing is impossible.
I agree with that, honey. I do.
Okay,
But
so therefore, whatever you believe in, whatever your mission in life that's given for you to do, don't stop doing it until you are dead. Never stop. If you can't do, talk. If you can't talk, write it out. And don't stop, but don't stop until your last breath. That's what you came here to do. It doesn't cost you anything. You will not die well knowing that you did not try to do what you came here to do or didn't try. But keep saying it, because the truth does not change. I don't care how many times people ignore it, it does not change. And so you will not have to remember what you said if you keep telling the truth.
I agree.
So this is the world I want. Never mind, I can't get it, or it's impossible for me to do, or I don't feel, there is any chance of it happening. That does not stop you from dreaming. Does not stop you from saying it. It's not saying, I do not want a world where all of my money goes for war machines. That you would take money out of the schools and hospitals and from the children and give it to the military.
To kill up people.
Or multi-billion organizations and companies to line their pockets and take it from the people who gave you the money, from the taxpayers. Instead of using money for the taxpayers to pay for their benefit. And then turn around and act like you're doing them a favor and give them back their money. It's ridiculous when you think about it.
Yeah. Now let me ask you this: how do you feel that you make a difference? And you say that you can never, you keep on saying and keep on,
like I'm doing now. I keep on saying. I tell the young people, older people, I tell, look, right is right. If you don't like something, speak up. I speak up to young people. I speak up to older people. It doesn't matter, and tell them you do not have to tolerate this. You do not have to accept the fact, well, kids are kids, I can't control them. Then that's tantamount to child abuse. If you allow a child to do what they want to do, you're not teaching them what they need to do to exist in this world. In order to progress in the world, there are certain skills you have to teach them. If you're not doing it, you're not making nice with them or letting them do what they want to do. That's child abuse. You are not teaching them what they need to know to exist in order to compete in this world. And they're waiting on someone to tell them, you can't do that. You need to pull your pants up and get yourself together. And start learning what you need to learn. Because by the time you hit to be 19 or 20, you're a young adult, you're going to be responsible for everything you do. And this world cannot progress unless you progress. And we're waiting on you to do that. Because that's why we had you. So you can take us to the next level. That's your job. Not to have fun, party yourself away. Nothing wrong with that. You have to have a well-rounded life and have fun or whatever. But you also understand your life and mission is to promote the welfare of those who came before you.
Well, I will say the young people do have a whole nother idea on life and health, and
what their ideas are what they've observed so far in their life, not what they was intentionally taught. We need to intentionally teach them what they need to know in order to survive and grow in this world. How to behave, how to become self-reliant, have self-control, how to have progressive thinking, objective thinking. Those are the things they need to practice on a daily basis. When I was coming up, we understood that because the world was, to us, was unattainable. We had to try harder. We got to high school, we were young adults. We dressed like young adults. We came to school, school with suit and ties on.
Yeah.
So we wanted to be an adult. And we knew the difference between a kid and an adult. Nowadays, the lines are kind of blurred.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't know who's a kid and who's an adult.
Really?
The adults are trying to be the children, the children are trying to... No. That's
there was always a place. Always a place.
They call it order.
Yes. Well, we're here at Intellectual Radio with Mr. Order here and Mr. Who Can Change the World. I love me some Ed. Here at Intellectual Radio, you're here. Here's The Life with Zemrah and Ed, the co-host. Here's one of my pieces from my CD.
Here's good music.
My funny Valentine, sweet cometh Valentine, you make me smile with your heart. Ooh, yeah. Your lips are laughable, and photographable. Yet you're my favorite work of art. Is your figure less than Greek? Is your mouth a little weak when you open it to speak? Are you smart? Don't you go and change, not a half for me. Not if you really care for me.
Stay, let it all back. Let time stay.
Won't you stay? 'Cause each day is Valentine today. Is your figure less than Greek? Is your mouth a little weak when you open it to speak? Are you smart, real smart? Now don't you go and change, not a half for me. Baby, not if you really care for me. Stay, precious Valentine. Whoa. Won't you stay? 'Cause each day is Valentine. Each day is Valentine. Each day is Valentine. Each day is Valentine. Today. It's okay. We're back. And loving every minute of it.
Mm-hmm.
We're here every Tuesday at IntellectualRadio.com, bringing you some good information from our hearts and our soul, and as much of our knowledge as we can. And of course, we always have Ed. But we always have Ed when he goes into space somewhere.
Hey, look. I'm just taking
and then
it.
I have to really roll back in.
No,
but he always has some
take
good
you where you need to go.
information
That's
for you.
all.
He do. He takes you on a ride.
Don't be
And
afraid.
you just sit back and relax. He'll take you in the stars and the moon and the sky.
That's where I came from. I can't look.
And that's what cracks me up sometimes. Look. He says good stuff now, but you just have to ride with him and say, now let me think. Does that okay, Ed? All right. Then I'll be cracking up sometimes. But baby, you still
sometimes if you take yourself
I know
out of the present and look at the world from a different perspective, as if you came from another planet, and observe the people and the goings on this planet, you're like, wow.
Yeah.
But then you become more objective and accepting of the way things are, because you understand why they are that way. And
Because why do you understand it? Because it's that way.
yeah, because I understand how it got that way.
Okay.
So therefore, you have to be a little more lenient and not be so judgmental about the people when they don't act the way they should. And you don't try to blame them for it. You just say, well, this is under new management, and we under construction. Like I said, what the sister says, God is not finished with me yet. We just still working on this.
Yeah.
So we working on trying to get a society that's violence free, that's people that are not sick anymore, that the children are actually being educated with things that they need to know in order to exist in this world and to progress. They actually teach them stuff that they need to know. They don't do that in our schools. I said that high school is a waste of time.
Now you'd have some
Well, no,
parents
it is.
out
I
there
mean, no,
that they put all this money out.
no, but it's a
to
babysitting service.
shoot you.
Children in grammar school are eager to learn. They come here wanting to know everything. Whatever you tell them, they can learn it like this.
Yeah.
You can teach a child trigonometry. You do it right.
And if you do it while the child is in the womb,
Right. You can talk.
Speaking of good
you can
health.
talk to your child while it's still in the womb, and keep them calm. And they just do this in Africa. When the baby is born, there is no pain.
and they come out and say, "Hey, mom."
Shut up. It's not all like that. But anyway, but literally, there is no pain when a woman has birth because they nurture the child before it's born.
And I
They
think
talk
that's
to the
so
child. They
important,
make
yes.
sure that the environment is a pleasant one, that it stays positive. They know all these things are important. We don't care. We say anything around our kids. Why they pregnant? Why they here? When they 1 and 2 years old? Say all kind of conversations and things in front of them. The language is terrible.
Yeah.
You talk down to the children, tell them what they're not, and then expect them to be somebody when they grow up.
And you have these babies now that when they come here and they've really been nurtured, the mother has really taken care of herself, did all of her prenatal, and really have worked with herself, and it's a loving environment with her. She's a happy pregnant
Mhm.
mom, Elon, Brenda's
Mhm.
daughter. And they have a beautiful little baby boy. He's 5 months, and Brenda say he's talking
He's
almost.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Children come here ready to learn.
Yeah.
They learn anything you teach them. By the time you get to high school, they start dumbing you down.
But that's when these women have these children and they really want them, I think that is such a blessing. And like I said, and really when we talk about health, taking care of themselves, that makes a difference. I really think.
That goes back into we've gotten away so far away from the search for our spiritual selves. We are actually, we're not physical human beings. We are spiritual beings having a physical experience. If we taught that to children, they would look more towards their spiritual self. But the spiritual self will maintain you long after your friends are gone. And long after you've lost all the answers to all your questions in life. They have your spiritual self has all the answers. It will keep you company when you are by yourself. When you think you're by yourself, but you're really not. You are never alone. If you paid attention to your spiritual self, you'd always have company and someone who has all your answers. All you have to do is ask. You ever heard
Plug
that?
in.
Heard that expression, ask and it shall be given?
Yes.
But we don't ask with expecting an answer.
And you have not because you don't ask.
You have not because you ask not.
I got all them sayings.
I know you do, girl.
Yeah.
I know you've been hanging out with.
I want you all to join me. I'm going to be at Buddy Guy's at 700 South Wabash on this Sunday doing my holiday show.
Putting on a fabulous show.
Featuring Pierre Poller on keyboards. And we got Greg on, and yeah, it's a shame I can't think of it. But anyway, Greg with, he plays for George.
Okay, then George Clinton.
Yeah, George Clinton. And so he's going to join me on sax and
he's a bad boy.
Yeah. Then we got a couple other guys that Pierre chose on drums and bass. So I'm really excited about that. I'm going to do my upper show, my first hour or so, doing some contemporary music, and then the second half of my show will be jazzy Christmas songs, and
Hey, hey.
I'll add a twist to them. So we're still working on that holiday CD. We had a little glitch at the studio last week, and so we might have to just take orders for the CD, but we will be playing some of the music on our show. We're just trying to get everything done so we can get it to the producer can get it to disc makers, so because that's what we use, so we can get that holiday CD out.
Mhm.
You've got to have that holiday CD
Oh, yes.
in your home.
Yes, you
We
do.
get it's not but 4 songs, but it's 4 wonderful songs. I have 3 remix, and then we're doing Christmas Cheer, which is an original.
Yeah, yeah,
Zemrah.
but that Mary, did you
And
know?
so I'm so excited about that. So we're going to surprise you when we get the CD out, and you get a chance to
Okay.
see what I'm doing for the holidays.
All right.
So we're here in Intellectual Radio, loving every minute of Earl Winfrey, our producer, giving us the opportunity to voice our opinion and to talk to you every Tuesday. So we're glad to be here. IntellectualRadio.com.
Earl, the pioneer.
Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich and your mommy, she's so fine. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing, then you will spread your wings and you'll take to the sky. But until that morning comes, there is nothing to trouble you with mommy and daddy standing by. Summertime and your living's made comfortable. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high, high, high. Oh, God is rich and your mommy, she's so fine. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings you're gonna rise up singing, then you will spread your wings and you'll take to the sky. But until that morning comes, there is nothing gonna trouble you with mommy and daddy standing by. Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich and your mommy, she's so fine. Hush, little baby, don't you cry. Hush, little baby, don't cry. Hush, little baby, don't cry. Hush, little baby, don't cry, cry. Don't cry. Wait, hush, little baby, don't cry. Summertime Don't cry. Don't cry. Hush, little baby. Hush, little baby. Summertime.
Sing, girl.
Summertime. 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 Well, it ain't summertime now. We got some cold weather coming. But you know, really, coming into December, this weather's been pretty cool.
Excellent. Matter of fact,
Been really nice.
This is great.
And next week, we have joining us one of my favorite people who we just adore and love is Bishop Carlton Pearson.
My man
is going to call in, and we're going to talk with him about some upcoming things that he's doing and some current things that he's doing, and then some other exciting things that he's doing. So
he just got back from Africa, didn't he?
That's been probably a couple of months ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's always a pleasure talking to Carlton because he is so informative, so he's just we just love him. He's positive, he's uplifting, and we just adore him. He's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful man, and has been just a joy in our lives. So we're excited to have Bishop Carlton Pearson joining us by phone on next Tuesday.
Dude, write that down.
That's right. Put that on your calendar.
He's the ultimate wordsmith.
He is. I just love to hear him speak. So Hermine is on fire with Indigo Black Legacy. She is doing it up with her book parties and book signings.
We're talking about Hermine Harbin of Indigo Magazine.
Hermine Harbin of Indigo with that new book of our
110.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
That is what is awesome. 100 and what?
110.
Of our icons, of people, men and women that we can be proud of and that we can say did this.
Of all our Chicago heroes,
That's
110
right.
of them.
That's right. So we're wishing Hermine to continue blessings, and you got to get your book. You just go to www.indigoblacklegacy.com and get that book. That book should be on everyone's table, everyone, because that is our book. It's going to be set through Sabo. It's going to be in libraries, anywhere that you think that you could suggest that it would be and be significant. Just call us at 708-223-8953 or shoot Hermine an email and just let's make that happen. It's a beautiful, beautiful book. So we want you to make sure that you go to Zemrah.com and Zemrah1 at yahoo.com if you have a suggestion or comment. Also, like me on Facebook. Definitely go to Facebook, go to YouTube and like my music. This new CD that we have coming out called Love is Possible is just going to be wonderful. One of my favorite songs, and we're going to put together a video on that. My Mister is sweet. My Mister is kind. My Mister is remarkably fine. And that's dedicated. This is my Mister. And you are, these songs, these lyrics are written by Pamela Wilkes, who just nails any word, any song or poetry or whatever. She just has that knack. I thought I did. I thought I was extraordinary with lyrics, but I take her lyrics and pull the music together for it. with my melody, and we just, you know, the songs are going to have the melodies that I came up with. We're giving them to the musicians, and Pierre is the musical director on this CD, and this CD I'm looking forward to really and truly being a real treat and a real star.
Making it do what it do, girl.
Yeah, because it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful piece. I'm excited about it. We're going to do some remixes. We got a couple. I have something that I really put a twist on. I'm not going to even say until we get ready to play it. And we're excited about it. But it's going to be a great, great CD. Love is possible, and that's because we know that love is possible if you believe that it is. It's just with life. You embrace life, life will embrace you back. And again, we say that all you give is all you get in life. So give it all you got and just go forward. The holidays are coming. The real holidays of Christmas is coming, and don't let it get you down. You know, you do what you can do. Give of yourself. Share. You might not have money to do something, then bake a cake, bake some cookies, and put in a nice container.
Yeah, put some love in it.
Put together some real nice love notes and put those in a little box and put a bow on that, and just say some comforting words to someone that you love or you think a lot of. It doesn't have to always be. Those are gifts that you can treasure when you just make some little love notes that say, I love you. I think of you often. You are my joy. You are the music to my ears. You know, just put something just sweet down. You are the sugar in my coffee. That's in my song. You are.
Girl.
I mean, just something to make people feel good about themselves, even if you think someone's feeling a little down or a little out. You can just say something jovial, funny, just to lift someone, just some little note cards, and say something sweet to someone that you care about. And you'll be surprised how that can really make a difference.
They call that giving of yourself.
That's right.
Which, for some reason, we don't realize that there are so many more things in this life that are worth more than money.
Oh, yes.
And money can't buy the things that you can basically give a person.
That's right. And you give of yourself.
If you think about it, and I think most of out there in the audience need to stop and think about what can I give that I don't have to pay for?
Yeah.
Because that probably will cost you more or it means more than anything you could ever buy.
And you can walk past and just say, Happy Holidays.
That used to be
Good morning.
What the season was about.
Yes.
Because it wasn't about getting things, because when I was growing up, we didn't get much.
Yeah,
but that wasn't the point. The point was people coming together and changing their spirit and feeling more communalistic. They felt more as a family. People said hello more. They said good morning. They said Merry Christmas more. People just had a better feeling about themselves. Because this was a season of redemption.
Yeah.
That we could start over again on a new footing and find some better understanding and talk to people we haven't talked to before.
Now that's where you can make a difference.
That's the spirit of Christmas that we lost, and everything does not. Nowadays, things not even geared towards that. They don't even mention the spirit of Christmas. They're just trying to advertise everything and trying to sell as much stuff as they can, and that's not what Christmas is all about. That was not the intention. So we need to bring back that feeling and stop thinking about you got to go out and shop and then you got to go buy somebody something for to get their appreciation or to get their attention. You got to buy them something.
That's right.
Why don't
you will have to buy me something now because that's my birthday month too, December 25th and December 27th. So you will have to buy me something. I'm putting together my little list. And
you got a list already.
Yes, I'm putting together my list.
You always give what you want because I let you pick it out.
Oh yeah, well, we're going to have you to pick it out this year.
Oh, okay.
So you can say jingle bells,
okay,
jingle bells,
all right,
jingle all the way.
Yeah, I'm Santa Claus.
Yeah. So we're here at Intellectual Radio, and we know that Tone has something good for you. You know, he's always bringing you the truth. So that's always exciting. We know that he has something good to bring to you tonight. We're just loving life and loving you. And we want you to make sure that you join us every Tuesday at 6 to 7 p.m. We love you out there, and I think we got it right this time.
Be nice to somebody.
Hey, get it right this
We
time.
must have been dreaming
See
the
ya.
same good thing. We just hooked up with the powers that be. They hooked up with the power in me. No more unrealistic arrangements. And I've had enough of going through changes. So here it is, so good it makes me wonder, why did it take so long to find my thunder? I got it right this time. Ooh, this time I got it right. This time I got it right. I got it right. I learned to open the universe and ask just what is it worth to have a not to have the love of your life. And it said to me, you better get right. What a joy it is to be in harmony, just letting love flow free and naturally. I am so grateful for this love